are you doing?
Hello, I'm fine, thanks. How are
Good.
you?
I'm good. Good to see you.
You
Um,
too.
I am so happy that you have like this setup that's happening in
I
your.
know I have everything.
Actually, it's cute because I actually have the finished product, and I got really
Oh,
inspired by your
oh my
book.
God, look at all these like woven cucumbers.
Yeah,
Oh my
I was
gosh.
I was thinking about a
Look at my
conversation.
cucumbers.
That's okay. That's okay though. That's okay because I can. Well, it's easy too. I was just really inspired by your Elmer the Elephant book that we were talking about, and I was like, how
Yeah,
can I
for
incorporate
my
like a patchwork
table.
thing into like the drink?
Yeah. Oh, I love that. It's so
um,
nice.
Thank you. We know that you are a designer. You're in the
Hmm.
UK and you're working on fashion clothing that is reminiscent or stems from the photography that you pulled from your family's archive.
Yeah.
But let's start by introducing who you are and what you're excited about and what you do.
Okay, so I'm Patrick McDowell. I'm a sustainable fashion designer, also signed with Elite in New York, like you are. And I believe in the like global effect that creative education could have. And I like to think of myself as like an advocate for that. And also um, somebody that is also thinking sustainably about the systems in the fashion industry and not just the clothing. So really like diving into how the industry is set up and rethinking that, because really that's how you'll get real sustainable change.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Um, and I mean, I can totally, I guess, relate to that too, because in my work, I mean, when I was reading about what you're doing and kind of like seeing um, the mood boards that you sent me, thinking about
Mm.
how just I think your work is really beautiful because it's also tied to the sense of like humanity and play too. I think that the fact that you're digging into something that is a narrative that belongs to you, something that you can totally like have ownership over, but also make it your
Hmm.
own, is super valuable in the context of fashion, where things sometimes maybe feel redundant, where things feel like they're depersonalized. I mean, it feels
Hmm.
very personal. Before we get into the questions, let's make sure you have a cocktail. We're naming this cocktail the Elmer because, as I said, I was really inspired by the book, the Elmer the Elephant book that
Yeah.
you had shown. That's based on that amazing table you have in your living room.
Yeah. Should I share the table?
Yeah.
It's a bit delicate. I don't want to break it. But it's yeah, any of I don't know if they have this book in the States, but basically it's this like patchwork table that we found
Yeah,
in a
exactly.
vintage store, and it reminded me of this book that people have been reading it. I think children still read it now here, called yeah, Elmer the Elephant, and it's about a patchwork elephant that goes on her travels. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's kind of like trying to hybridize the idea of the patchwork elephant with you said you really like to drink margaritas.
Yeah.
So I wanted to get something that was still tequila based, but something that was maybe a little bit like easy to make at home. That in case you didn't want to go to your margarita, you could be like, okay, this is another thing we're trying tonight. Group of
Yeah.
so we have let's see, cucumber. I see the
Cucumber,
coriander.
cilantro.
Yeah,
It's cilantro, right?
yeah. Well, yes.
Or
Yeah.
not? Did I get
Same.
that wrong?
No, no, same thing, same thing, same thing. Coriander and cilantro are the same thing.
Oh yeah, sorry. I was trying to be like American.
Oh no, I was trying to be British.
Okay. So I've got the syrup,
Yep. Perfect.
organic,
Perfect. Perfect.
um, lime juice,
Essential.
essential, agave tequila,
Yeah.
white, right?
Bravo. Amazing.
Um, some salt for the rim,
Perfect.
a little plate of like light lime juice for the
We've got a little bar set up. This is kind of fun.
This is like probably beat it. And some ice.
Yes.
And then I don't have a cocktail shaker, so top tip, you can use your like reusable coffee cup.
Exactly.
And then
we're all about
it filters the ice too. And then I have I'm gonna put it in a wine glass because I like drinking from wine glass. So.
And that shape is really beautiful too. So first up, you're gonna put the cucumber, the cilantro into the bottom of the shaker.
So it's a quarter of a cucumber.
Yep.
Diced, and 2 tablespoons of cilantro?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I'm just gonna say that's 2. Yeah. Okay. Then, cool. Oh yeah, you also gonna need a little tissue.
Absolutely.
To wipe your hand.
Exactly.
Or you could just use a spoon.
I like to add my agave into the cucumber and cilantro. So if you want to add,
is that how much?
It's a quarter ounce, I believe.
Okay. I'm also kind of eyeballing.
Yeah, that works.
An ounce in the UK is 30 milliliters.
Yeah.
For anyone watching that doesn't know.
Yes, please. Yeah. We'll provide a conversion chart after.
We need all the conversions. Yeah. Okay, so they're all in.
So then we're gonna muddle it with the utensil you have there.
Yeah. So I'm using pestle and mortar because I don't have the thing to do it with. So you can use that if you have. You know, like the grind. What do you call that? You know, like the thing where you grind the
mint and stuff. I think it's like I just call it a pestle. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm using.
Yeah.
The handle on it. Okay. Cool. Is that
very funny to watch and talk you through this? Okay. So you want to make sure that basically what you're doing is you're activating all of the essential oils, all of the moisture kind of combining in the bottom of the shaker there.
Mm-hmm.
So that it's easier for the liquids that you add into it to be infused into it. So what you're going to do is you're going to put now it's time that we put our ice in and then also pour it.
Okay. I'm just putting.
Yeah, you want it to be like halfway full of ice.
Okay. Yeah. We're done. Okay.
And then
now
we add the spirit, the tequila.
Okay. So is that 3? Is it 3 ounces?
I think it's 2 ounces, but if you want to go for
I'm like, is it 10 ounces? It's the whole bottle, guys. Okay, I'm doing 3. Oh yeah, I did 3. Never mind.
That's great.
I like tequila.
You deserve 3.
And
then, are we missing any other ingredients?
Lime juice.
Oh yes, and then our lime juice.
Okay. How much is that?
Let's put, because you put 3 ounces in there, let's put in 1 ounce or a half ounce of lime juice.
Half
ounce, yeah.
Okay. Okay. So it's kind of like the ingredients of a margarita, but you swap to the triple sec for parsley and cucumber.
Exactly. Just making it a little bit more refreshing, more
coriander.
And yeah.
Okay.
So go ahead and add your lid. Seal it tight so that it doesn't go flying everywhere.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm gonna put this over it just in case. Okay.
and then give it
And
a
then
shake.
shake it.
And you're gonna want to shake it for about 20 seconds.
Okay. Great.
And then we're gonna let that have its moment in there before we take the lid off. What we're gonna do is we're gonna prepare our glass with the salt and the lime juice. So as you expertly have it laid out, you have the plate with the lime juice, which is what we use to add to the glass so that the salt sticks to it. So
yeah, this is the lime juice.
Yep.
Okay, and this is the salt.
So you go ahead and do a little rim, glass rim dip of the lime juice.
So do you put it in? Do you do it like that, or do you like twist?
If you want it to be the whole rim, you can go straight down. But if you want half, you can do it from the side and twist it.
Okay, I'll do half. Okay, and then I'm gonna roll it.
Yep. Yes. So then you're going to want to add the remainder of the ice you have into the wine glass.
Okay. When I was a kid, I used to do this with sugar on like lemonade. Because I used to think it was really fancy. Okay. Now the drink?
Now the drink. So you're going to go ahead and pour the liquid into the glass over the ice.
Okay. Ooh.
Oh, it looks so good. Wow, it looks so beautiful against your shirt.
Yeah. Okay, you've got it.
That's beautiful. That looks so good. Cheers.
Okay, let me try.
What's the verdict?
Wow. So nice.
Is it good? Fab.
It's like perfect. I'm just gonna flip the camera around so everyone can see the weather here at the moment.
Oh
it's
my
like
God.
Super sunny, like evening. It's like the perfect drink for that. Like you want to be sitting. Well, obviously we can't be sitting in the parks, but you know. So
we can dream.
We can dream about it and look outside. So. Oh, I love.
So have a sip, and then I'm gonna the first question I wanted to ask you, and I feel like this is something I think about all the time because, you know, everyone is so work obsessed all the time, and I think that sometimes you don't really get to know someone outside of who they are when they're working. So, who is Patrick McDowell when Patrick McDowell isn't working?
Yeah. I mean, when I first saw that question, I was a bit taken aback because, like you say, people never ask. People, usually it's all about work, work, work. So, I'd like to think I'm a good friend to people, but that's not many people. I made that mistake when I was a bit younger of having too many friends, and I think like shrinking that into a really small group is really healthy. So I like to think I'm a great friend to those people. I'm a runner. I love to run. I've been running since I was like 13. A massive dog lover, but I don't have a dog.
What kind of dog would you have?
Well, I actually look after Westy, who's a New Yorker.
What?
Yeah, she's from New York. Her mom Emily moved over from New York with Noodle, the Westie, and I looked after her for years. Every time Emily goes on holiday, I look after her. And I was just talking to her this morning about like getting a little puppy. So
that would
cute. I'd love that.
I don't know if this is happening in the UK, but in the US, all the foster homes for dogs are like fully cleared out now.
Yeah, well, they've they cancelled the foster dog services in London because it would spread the virus.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah, so there's no fostering happening anymore.
Oh,
Yeah,
dang.
which is fine. I get it. You know, they need
Yeah.
to keep everyone safe. So,
No, that's real.
but yeah, outside of that, I think I'm like a creative person. My like ultimate life goal is to open a like new age kind of school. So to
Cute.
like have like this kind of like utopian school situation where, you know, like people, it's like all ages. It has like a care home and a nursery, and it has like you grow all the food there. Everyone lives there. Like that would be my like ultimate like. I'd be happy to die after that's happened.
I love that.
But
Can I please be a teacher there?
yeah, you can be the like the food artist.
Yeah, I want to just teach people how to like make beautiful things, and
Yeah.
I also love gardening, so I could like help maintain like a sustainable garden system.
Yeah.
It would
And it
be
would be amazing because then you could have like, you know, like you could be there as a chef and an artist, but then also you could be teaching the fashion class, and you could be teaching the science class, and then the science teacher could be teaching the food class. You know, like all that kind of
yeah,
mixing, I think is like so perfect for
yeah, and also so
yeah.
important because I feel like the more that industries cross pollinate, the more that you learn like and get better at like knowing how to care for people and like make good products.
Yeah, exactly.
I love that school idea. When going back to this idea of your friends, so I know that everyone is constantly doing virtual chats. We're doing one right now. I'm doing calls. My question
Yeah.
to you is, if you could sneak into anyone's virtual call, whose call would you join in on? Be it either on Skype or on FaceTime.
Yeah. I I know if I snuck into Kylie Minogue's chat room, my mom would be like her life would be. So that would be kind of amazing because we grew up listening to Kylie, and it's like mom's favorite singer, and yeah, it would be really fab to actually have a conversation with her and just be like, you know what, we've been talking about you my entire life.
Oh my god, that would be so fab.
Oh, funny.
Also, would you what is your favorite Kylie song? I think it's important
Oh my god, probably
for
spinning around,
which one?
spinning around,
Yes.
or like can't get you out of my head.
Oh god.
And there's a more recent one called Dancing, which was quite good, but
Fab.
yeah,
I
quite
love that.
love it. Yeah,
So on
probably
the
not the.
no,
Or
I
like Meghan Markle or someone, you know, like a royal family.
maybe you could I think that it should be all three of you on the call.
Oh yeah, maybe we could do like a. Yes, I'm trying to think what we could do together, like some kind of like royal fashion music.
Absolutely. I mean, they could both be instructors at the school too. I feel like let's not
Yeah,
rule
why
out the
not? Oh my
possibility.
god, Meghan Markle can be the principal.
I would love that so much.
Kylie can be head of music.
Yes. 5, 6, 7, 8. Lift
Yeah,
that leg. Oh my god. I want to enroll. Can you? I think that teachers should also be able to attend the school.
yeah, definitely.
Um,
Yeah, the students should swap with the teachers all the time.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so in contrast to that question, right, we have the people that you would love to kind of see and be in conversation with.
Mm.
Now that people are kind of like sectioned off based on households or based on like work stuff, who would you not want to be trapped in a house with?
Donald Trump.
You know what? That is. So then the next question is, you kind of touched on it already, but what is like another little known fact about yourself that you wish you could either spend more time developing or spend more time strengthening? Like for me right now, it looks kind of like writing. I feel like I don't usually get enough time to write when I'm working or like
Nice.
because I'm working. Um,
Hmm.
so do you have a thing that you kind of like want to dive into?
Um, maybe reading. I don't know. Or like running is something that I always used to do a lot of, and then it kind of stopped happening so much. And it really makes me feel great because I'm never really like for me, like it was my meditation,
Mm-hmm.
like that kind of, like I never raced or took part in a competition because it was always like my time
Yeah.
on my own.
Yeah.
And recently I've started to like rediscover it again. And that's really nice because I find it quite like for me, it's quite nice to just know that there's that route that you can just do and you don't have to think and you just, whereas if you're like, if I'm in New York, then I have to find a new route and it takes a few times until you find, and there's all that. So um, it's nice to just be able to have that thing to be like, okay, I'm just going to do. Yeah.
Yeah. Were you running on teams or was it more recreational or?
No, just completely for myself. Like it was, yeah. I mean, it wasn't that I couldn't have, I'm sure I could have joined a team or something, but for me, that would have taken it into a different space. And for me, it was such a, you don't have to answer your phone, you don't have to speak to anyone. You just have to move your legs, and that's it. And when I grew up at home, I used to run kind of by the seaside, which is also really nice just to see that kind of like vast open space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
that. I mean, New York makes it sometimes really easy, but sometimes really hard to run because for me, I recently moved by a park and I'm not like, if it's not for the park, I would totally not be able to do any kind of cardio.
Yeah.
Of course, like because I actually don't like going to the gym and being on the treadmill. I feel like it's monotonous. You don't really see
Yeah.
anything.
Same.
So parks are really where it's at.
Yeah. With me, it got to the point where I'd like take the metro to Central Park, and
Oh,
then I do Central Park.
no, I mean
So
exactly. It's and
yeah.
also every the cool thing about Central Park. I mean, I guess any park is just like any time of year you're there, it feels and looks so different. I mean, that maybe goes back
Yeah.
like maybe because I'm in the house more often now. I'm like, wow, it just seasons are so beautiful and special and important.
Yeah, completely. And because I think I've ran around there in the middle of August and nearly died from heat exhaustion because I mean, you know what it gets like in New York in August. I'm
Oh my god.
like my poor little British baby body just couldn't cope with it. Like it was just like no.
You were like,
Yeah,
can you
it
turn
was
that
just like I'm gonna go to shut down right now. Um, and then I also went on like the 23rd of December and it was just like beautiful. Tapped into all my like cold fantasies about England and the
Yeah,
ice. Yeah,
yeah.
so yeah.
I love that. We're gonna have to get you back here as soon as possible once travel is not
Yes,
possible.
I
Uh,
know.
okay, so the next part of this is I've devised a little lightning round, which is based on lightning round games that are much better thought through than this one. But I'm gonna experiment. I'm gonna experiment on you. You're the first recipient of the game. So basically, how it works for everyone who is watching this is
Mm-hmm.
so obviously your focus is sustainability and fashion. I want you to tell me whether these words, these phrases that I'm about to say, if they are sustainable or if they're not sustainable.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Um, the first one is pineapple.
Pineapple leather you can get. Am I
Can
doing
you?
that right? Am I meant to say like a sustainable thing from it or
Maybe. I don't
yeah.
know. That was. I'm like, is there pineapple leather?
Yeah, it's called Peanutex. It's
I'm
yeah,
gagged.
there's all
What?
kinds of things now. There's like mushroom leather, apple leather, pineapple leather. There's a leather that they make from ostrich legs because in some parts of the world they eat ostrich, but the legs are obviously like this wide. So they piece all the legs together. And then also fish leather, which is a really, really, really old technique from China, which has now come back into fruition because of sustainability. Yeah. And it's growing. There's just more and more stuff every day.
I'm just like, I think you won the game. I think that the game is over. The game is done.
And Amazon, there's leaves from the Amazon that they can somehow turn into leather. They're like these huge leaves.
Wow.
There's like all kinds of things. Yeah, it's incredible what they can do now.
You need to make a post about this. This is, so I basically save all of my, I don't know what I can do with pineapple. I'm sure I can't make it myself, but pineapple leather is something that I need just for like.
Yeah. And I think if I'm correct, they make it from the hat, the top.
Yeah.
So it's kind of the waist part. It's not like they're not using the fruit because obviously people can eat the fruit.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Next sustainable object. Okay. The color magenta.
I love the color magenta. Not sure how sustainable.
Okay.
But it's but I do think that for me, the least sustainable thing to make is something that no one wants. So I think if it's magenta, I mean, I'm sure there's some way to dye something magenta. For me, it's just like you just have to find a way to fix the problem, but you can do almost everything sustainably. You just need to like find a way to do it.
For sure.
But it's such a gorgeous color. Like I would wear that magenta suit every day.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
I would love to see the shirt you're wearing right now in magenta also.
That's a really good idea.
You have to work on that too now that.
Yeah. Well, like this shirt is like organic silk and fairly paid workers and everything. So yeah, it's from Catherine Hamnett. It's like a sustainable. She's one of the first sustainable brands in the world, but she's based in London.
Cute. Also, need to make a post about this.
Yeah. Also, you can put it in the washing machine.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's amazing.
Technological advancements that I have no idea that's happening in the world. Yeah. I'm like, pineapple leather washing silk? Yeah. What are we doing?
I know.
Okay.
I love it.
Sustainable or not sustainable, the Great British Bake Off.
Sustainable because it makes people happy.
Chunky sneakers.
Not a fan.
So, is there any last thing that you want to say to viewers?
Yeah, tell us who you are when you're not doing this.
Me? Oh my gosh. When I'm not on 1,000 video calls a day, I'm a reader. I'm such a nerd. It's actually funny because my sister's been staying here with me and she was like, oh my god, you were the kid who never went outside because you're reading Harry Potter and watching on TV and like watching like Digimon and Pokemon, and that's fully what I'm doing right now. I'm like reverting to like my 8-year-old self. Yeah. So I think for me, it's like finding ways to think about joy and happiness and just my own self-care, because you don't always get that opportunity, and I think that's a really big way to be able to like actually sit with those thoughts for a while.
Yeah, and to like sit with yourself.
Yeah.
And be like vulnerable to yourself.
Yeah.
It's been like really, really nice, I think. Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
So nice to see you. Thank you for the cocktail.
Absolutely. And one last thing is, where can people find your work and connect with you if they want to?
They can find me on Instagram at Patrick__McDowell or patrickmcdowell.co.uk.
Fab.
Yeah.
Nice talking to you. Enjoy the rest of your drink.
Thank you.
Bye.